Some writers edit while they're drafting, and that works for them, but I don't recommend it for NaNoWriMo, or unless you're a writer who always does that and you know you can continue to move forward. A lot of people start editing and they never actually finish their draft, which is a huge problem. And when you're doing something like NaNoWriMo, or you're trying to increase your word count in general because you're on a deadline or you really want to finish your book, you don't want to stop constantly and edit. There is definitely time for that later. So I use editing as a major procrastination tool. So I have switched to longhand. A lot of times I just write in a notebook. It takes a lot more effort to scribble out the things that I don't like or go back and try to read my messy handwriting and correct it. So usually I don't bother. I just keep working on it, and then once it's typed up and in the document, I can mess around with it later. There's also a device called an AlphaSmart. It's literally like an old school word processor, and it just allows you to type. It's like using a typewriter, but it's very lightweight. You can travel with it. A lot of writers use it. It just lets you add to your word count. An even easier way is just open a new document with every session. You can open a new doc and just start typing the chapter or whatever section you're going to be working on, and then when your time is up or you hit your word count, you can cut and paste that into your main document. At least you don't have to see all the mistakes you made earlier in the draft, which will drive you crazy. The most aggressive form is Write or Die. Write or Die is downloadable software. It's very inexpensive, and it works like a word processor. It opens up a window and you type only in that window, so you can't see what you've done previously. But there are a lot of crazy settings that allow you to set goals for yourself. Like, you can decide how long your writing session is and how many words. You can set it to do a 1 hour writing session where you have to write 1,000 words. And it has a little bar and it will show you your progress. But even more frightening, if you stop writing for too long, it has options. It can make horrible sounds to frighten you and startle you into writing again. It can, it flashes. There's a new version, I think, that does even more stuff. And then for the hardcore, I need to get my word count done writers, it will actually start erasing words that you have typed based on how long you stop until you start typing again. I think there might be, I used it once when I was on a writing retreat at a hotel when I was on deadline for Unmarked. And I think there was like one setting where you could pause it for a certain amount of time, like if you have to use the bathroom or you have to get water, but it's very limited, and that's the part that makes it work. And also, for some reason, the tracking, seeing the little bar move that, you know, shows you're getting closer to your goal, you know, it's very encouraging. But I think that the noise is the biggest deterrent. I personally have never done the allow the program to delete your words, although my friend Rachel Kane swears that that is by far the best feature of the software. So I'm going to talk about some other strategies in different videos if you want to watch them, but I think these are like my top 4 for increasing word count and getting through NaNoWriMo with a win.